Los Angeles, February 2013. Rain slides down cracked glass, blurring the neon lights of Skid Row below. On Main Street, an aging building stands like a memory that refuses to fade. The Cecil Hotel. Its bricks are stained with decades of smoke and silence. Its windows half-lit, half-dead. Inside, the lobby hums with the tired rhythm of transients, travelers, and lost souls. That night, the police arrive. They move quietly through the corridors, boots echoing against the old tile floors. Every sound seems to stretch. The air feels wrong, heavy with the kind of stillness that comes after something terrible has already happened. Someone is missing. A young woman named Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old college student from Vancouver, Canada. She was supposed to check out days ago. She never did. Her belongings still sit neatly folded in her room. The search begins. Officers knock on doors. Guests glance nervously through door cracks. Elevators creak open and close, their steel doors sighing with every floor. Then the footage surfaces. Security video, taken from the hotel's elevator. The date, February 1st. Timestamp, 10:58 p.m. At first, it's just Elisa alone stepping inside. She presses several buttons. Too many, as if she's in a hurry to go everywhere and nowhere all at once. The doors don't close. She peeks out into the hallway. Once, twice, 3 times. Then she hides in the corner, as if someone's following her. But no one appears. Her movements become stranger. She steps out, waves her hands, slow, fluid, almost dreamlike. She moves as if she's speaking to someone unseen. Then she's gone. The elevator doors close. The next morning, she vanishes completely. The internet takes hold of footage like wildfire. Forums explode with theories, ghost stories, paranoia, conspiracies. People replay the video frame by frame, searching for meaning in her gestures. Every hand wave becomes a secret code. Every pause, a hidden cry for help. But beneath the noise, one truth remains. No one knows where Elisa went. To understand her story, you have to go back to when she first arrived in Los Angeles. January 2013. She had just crossed the border for a solo trip down the West Coast. She was bright, curious, full of energy. Her Tumblr blog was her companion, filled with photos, thoughts, and quotes. She called it Nouvelle/Nouveau. In her posts, she talked about life, mental health, and the strange beauty of being alone in a big world. When she checked into the Cecil, she was just another traveler looking for affordable lodging near downtown. But the Cecil wasn't just another hotel. It was a building steeped in darkness, a place where history had left too many scars. Since the 1930s, it had been a refuge for broken dreams and broken minds. Murders, suicides, and disappearances all shared its walls. To some, it was cursed. To others, just forgotten. Elisa didn't know that. To her, it was just a cheap stay, $30 a night. She checked in, smiled politely at the staff, and went up to her room. At first, she shared it with others. The hotel operated partly like a hostel. But soon, her roommates complained. They said she was acting odd, leaving strange notes, locking doors. Management moved her to a private room. From that moment on, no one really knew what was happening in her world. The last anyone saw of her in person was that elevator video. The last anyone heard from her was a message to her parents, a promise to call them every day. And when she stopped calling, they knew something was wrong. The search went public fast. Flyers covered lampposts around downtown. Police dogs combed through every hallway, every floor, every abandoned corner of the hotel. Still, nothing. As days passed, guests began complaining about the water. It tasted strange. It looked darker, and the pressure was fading. Maintenance workers climbed to the rooftop to check the tanks. Heavy metal lids, locked access doors. They opened one. Inside, floating in the darkness, was what they had been searching for. The discovery sent shockwaves through Los Angeles. The Cecil Hotel became a media circus overnight. Police tape-lined the sidewalks. Reporters crowded the entrance, and guests were quietly escorted out. The building, already infamous for its history, now carried a new shadow. Elisa Lam's body had been found in one of the 4 rooftop water tanks. The lid, heavy and rusted, was somehow open. The tanks were tall, with no easy access, no stairs, no ladders in plain sight. To reach them, someone would have had to climb onto a restricted rooftop, scale the tanks, and lift a metal hatch. How could she have done that alone? And why? The questions were endless. Police worked methodically, removing the tank piece by piece, examining every surface, every possible clue. Detectives interviewed staff, guests, maintenance workers, anyone who might have seen her. But every answer led to another question. There were no signs of struggle, no clear evidence of foul play. And yet, the entire situation defied logic. As investigators pieced together the final moment of Elisa's life, the internet was already writing its own version. Theories poured in by the thousands. Some said she was murdered, that someone at the hotel knew more than they were admitting. Others were convinced something supernatural had taken place, claiming the Cecil's dark past had reached out and taken her. Then there were those who focused on the elevator video, dissecting every frame as though it held a secret message. But for detectives, the story had to make sense in the real world. They retraced her steps through security logs and witness statements. Elisa had been seen shopping, talking with people in bookstores, writing in her blog, behaving normally for most of her stay. But in her final days, her behavior grew unpredictable. She switched rooms, left odd notes, wandered through the hotel. By all accounts, she was struggling. The autopsy confirmed no drugs, no alcohol, no external trauma. Her death was officially ruled an accident, the result of drowning. But few were satisfied with that conclusion. How could a young woman find her way to a locked rooftop, climb into a sealed water tank, and disappear without anyone noticing? Even the police couldn't fully explain it. The Cecil's rooftop was supposed to be secure. To reach it, you had to pass through locked doors, alarmed exits, or scale exterior fire escapes. Hotel staff insisted the alarms never went off. So either she had somehow avoided them or someone had helped her. The mystery deepened when investigators learned more about Elisa's history of bipolar disorder and depression. She had written openly about her mental health struggles online, describing days of clarity and days of chaos. Some believed she had suffered an episode and wandered into danger. Others felt that explanation was too simple, too neat for something so strange. As the weeks passed, the world moved on, but the internet didn't. Videos, theories, and speculations continued to spread. People compared the case to old urban legends, ghost stories, and even horror movies. Every corner of the Cecil became a symbol. The elevator, the water tanks, the silent hallways. It wasn't just a building anymore. It was a story that refused to die. The Cecil Hotel eventually rebranded, trying to erase its past. But no amount of paint or renovation could scrub away the memory of that February night. For many, Elisa Lam's story became a reflection of something larger. The fragility of the mind, the loneliness of youth, and the way the internet turns tragedy into mystery. Her final blog posts still sit online, frozen in time. Entries about books, thoughts, and small moments of hope. Her last words read like a whisper. You're always haunted by the idea you're wasting your life. And maybe that's what keeps her story alive. Not the mystery, but the echo of a young woman's voice reaching out through the noise. A reminder that behind every viral headline is a human being lost in the static of the world. This was the disappearance of Elisa Lam, the Cecil Hotel mystery. You've been watching Whispers of the Crime, where true stories are told in the dark. If you were drawn into this mystery, remember to like, subscribe, and stay with us. Because every story hides a truth, and every truth leaves a shadow.